Hello again everyone, TrekWorks here with you. Well, this is the final in the video build series of our AMT Round 2 Models Vulcan Warp Shuttle build. And I spent a couple hours on it last night and a couple more after I got home from work today, and I finished up doing the decals on it. And I thought I'd give you guys a look at it. It's pretty well wrapped up now. I have maybe a couple little spots to go and do some touch-up paint work on it, but this is what I came up with. I mentioned that I was going to do this in a Federation paint scheme instead of the Vulcan version of it. And this is just my little idea of what I thought of a Federation shuttle might look like. I used the NCC 1701 markings, the number 7 there, and you had the option of the Haley or the another one, I can't remember, the Herschel or something like that. I chose the Haley and went with that, and I'm pretty pleased with it. I did my own kind of scheme as far as I didn't use all the marking decals on it. I put most of them on, but not all. I didn't want it to start getting too cluttered up. I wanted to leave it, you know, kind of a little bit clean like a Federation version would be. And then we've got our little cabin here all decked out with all of our little detail on top of that, and it separates, like I said, we've got a little detail here on the top and the bottom, and our little magnet system's working really good, our connector there, and there are some details here on the bottom of it as well. I got those wires nice and hidden and trenched in and covered up, and got it connected to 9-volt power here, and this is our lights. I have to jiggle this around a little bit. But our connection came out really good there at the top. We've got our lighting there. We've got a little spotlight there that I worked in, and we've got our side windows, which I moved the position of those windows from the regular shuttle as well, to try to give it a little bit something different. And they're looking a little bit yellow there in the light, but they're actually a warm white that's coming through there. And we've got our little exhaust ports here at the back, like how that looks. And our flux chiller grills. I'll turn the lights off here in just a second and give you a nice low lighting look of this to see how it looks. But that's pretty cool. I really like this model. I want to talk about the decals on it a little bit. Now, the decals were the most difficult part by far on the model to do. Some of you other guys had mentioned that. They're extremely brittle, and even using this product here, which I've used in the past, this is made by Allclad 2. It's a lacquer-based gloss clear coat. You can either spray it or brush it on your decal sheet to help strengthen those up. And even after doing that process, working some of the decals around on this and working with it, it basically, I had decals just literally cracking or crumbling or falling apart, so I was able to salvage pretty much everything, but there were a few tiny little flaws here and there from where I had a couple little cracks going on, and I had to kind of patch it up. But yeah, so they're very, very difficult and very easy to, again, mentioning before, I hadn't heard any, I haven't personally had any problems with any of the round 2 model stuff before, as far as any of the decals in the kits I've built so far. This was the first one, and I've heard it mentioned a couple times on this very kit, so maybe it's something that's just plaguing this model, I'm not sure, but it's one of the things to be aware of. And of course, what I wound up doing is I'd work a few decals on, then I'd stop and spray this decal bonder from Testor's on there and let that dry before I tried to work any more, because literally just touching them, they would fall off. It's like there wasn't any adhesion on them once the water was dried up too, so that's something else to think about. But I just did a little section at a time, and then came back and clear coated everything. Now, I usually use Testor's dull coat, and this time I tried some of this Rustoleum Ultra Cover Matte Clear. I was out of the dull coat, and I got mixed results on this. I can't say that I really like it that much. It gave a little bit of a texture on there that I'm not used to, and in certain light you can see it a little bit. It didn't lay down there nice and smooth and flat as the Testor's dull coat does. And it also gave me a couple little bubbles here and there on top of the decals, real small ones, but they didn't ruin it. But I mean, they're there. You can notice them a little bit in certain light, but just something to keep your heads up on that. Now I'm always looking for alternatives, and this would be nice if it worked good because it's in a big can. The Testor's cans only come in 3-ounce cans, and usually every time I make a trip over to the hobby store, they're out of it, and I have to order it or wait for it or something. So that stuff kind of hard to find. So I was looking for an alternative. And you always want to try stuff, but just kind of giving you guys a heads up. This here might not be the best thing for spraying on decals. It didn't ruin the model, but it just didn't lay down there nice and smooth like like I'm used to, and I guess I'm really picky about that. But just a little info for you guys. So again, I had a lot of fun building this one, and I highly recommend the model. It's a nice, fun kit to build. If you're not going to light it, it's really straightforward, simple kit to build. You're going to spend most of your time, like I said, doing decals and things like that, but it's a nice little model when it's all finished up. I've always kind of liked the look of it, and it's just really fun. So we're going to be starting on our next project here pretty soon. We're all excited to hear today that we've got the Round 2 Classic Enterprise has been released in 350 scale for the Premier Edition for the 1701 Club guys. And then coming up here pretty soon in another, maybe hopefully a couple of weeks, we'll get the Standard Edition kit and we can all really start rocking and rolling building that. I know there's a lot of guys going to be building that. We're going to have a lot of fun builds to follow along with. Looking forward to it. We're going to have some great threads on that over at the Sci-Fi Model Action Forum. We've got a bunch of excited people over there ready to go on that. And you get a lot of different ideas and thoughts about how to do that, and sharing that information is just really valuable. So I hope you guys will stop by and check that out. So again, I had a lot of fun building this one. I'll come back in just a second with some low level shots of this and low lighting so you can see how the lighting looks on it. We'll be right back.